What is going on, Gemini? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct once again. And this is going to be your general reading for the time period between January 5th and the 15th. Gemini, I am kind of late with your reading. Definitely, I've been kind of late with everybody's reading for some reason, but I think it's coming right on time for you guys because this is the time period right after the eclipse, right after the full moon. You know, that hit, I believe it was in Capricorn on the 5th. So this is going to be those energies that are, going to be carried from this time period going into mid-month. And then at that time, I'll do another reading. And Gemini, you should be at the beginning for that. But let's hop right into the reading. This is going to be a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody. If it does resonate with you, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment. All those great things that I like to see on the channel lets me know that you're watching and it resonates with you in some type of way. And if it doesn't resonate with you, you can always check me out on one of my previous readings or one of my future readings that'll be coming up for Gemini. All right, let's get right into it. This right here in the middle of the spread is going to be your present energies like we always do it. And then after that, we're going to be jumping into your futuristic energies right over here, Gemini. All right, so starting off at the top of your spread, crowning your reading, we do have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups here, it could be representing a time where you're kind of celebrating something, maybe because, we just came into the new year. You could just be celebrating being alive for a whole nother year, or just being in a place where maybe you want to be at the moment, or, getting over some things in your life, maybe in 2018 that happened and probably, weren't as good, and you could have just be celebrating the fact that you have survived those moments or you've made it past certain struggles and challenges in your life. That's for one group of you guys. On the other hand, the Three of Cups could symbolize a third-party situation, And I know we get tired of tarot readers saying third-party situation, and it's like it's all you hear. But this card can represent a third-party situation, and because it is a general reading, I have to throw that out there. So that is possible. You guys could be maybe involved in a third-party situation. If that is the case with some of you guys, I think for the people that resonate with that, you could possibly be ending that because you have right next to that the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups represents a new beginning in your emotions, a new beginning in, your emotional life, your emotional world. And let's say if you have been dealing with a third-party situation, then you could be wanting to break away with that, from that or walk away from that. Now, there is another group of you guys where I feel like this one could be matching a little bit more to this scenario is what I'm talking about. So the third scenario is that you guys could be having a reunion with somebody. You could be having a reunion, a reconciliation with someone that you were in relationship with before, because the Three of Cups can also represent a reunion, a reconciliation, two people coming back together after they have broken up or have not been on speaking terms or not been in connection. You could be coming back to mend that broken connection and deciding to kind of reconcile your differences. If that is the case, that would make sense also for that third scenario because we have the Ace of Cups here. And the Ace of Cups represents a brand new beginning, a brand new start in your emotional world, a brand new emotional start. Plus we have this couple in this picture. This is the Gustav Klimt deck, by the way. And in this depiction of the Ace of Cups, there's actually a couple because the Ace of Cups can represent like a brand new start to a relationship, or in this case, a brand new reconciliation of a relationship. So if you're in a relationship with somebody or you're just now kind of like having a re-encounter or reconciliation with this person, you guys could just be having a new beginning in love. Like you could be feeling like you're meeting again for the first time, or you're feeling all those emotions that you felt when you first met this person. And it's kind of like a rekindling of the flame, which is good news, Gemini, for some of you guys that are going through that. Because it seems like in this picture, these lovers right here, they want to be with each other, So the person that you're kind of dealing with right now or kind of coming back into contact with. Maybe you have missed this person, or they were missing you. You guys were missing each other, and you could have been away and broken up for a while, just not on speaking terms. Maybe something happened to kind of like split up the connection, stop the flow of the relationship. And you guys could have took a break for a while, and now you're deciding to just come back. And like I said, reconcile those differences, work on it, because there is still some connection, some love here. Let's move right along. We're at 5 minutes on the first card. So, second card, we have the Four of Swords, and it's being clarified by the Magician. I like this Magician. So the Four of Swords usually represents a time when you're kind of like resting a little bit. You have done some reflection. And it could have been about that relationship that I was talking about, because that is crowning your reading, but this could be a time where you're choosing to just reflect, kind of sit back a little bit and think about all the things that could have been happening in 2018. And you could be thinking about what you want to do moving forward in the new year, how you want to maneuver through the year, how you want to take things on, what are your goals and your achievements. What did you learn in 2018? What don't you want to repeat in 2019? The Four of Swords talks about that rest, that rejuvenation, that you could be having because you have endured a lot of things in 2018. So before you move on, maybe you just want to take a break before you actually get going in this energy of 2019. And that makes sense, because I've been, I think with a lot of the readings that I've been doing, I've been kind of feeling that with a lot of the zodiac signs. I think us as a collective, we've been kind of just getting over the energies of 2018. And a lot of times we need that period in time to kind of just be like, okay, let me get everything right, because there was a lot of planetary shifts in 2018. There was a lot of energetic, shifts. The planets were moving everywhere. They're still moving. We have an eclipse that we just came into for January the 5th. And that we're dealing with all those different energies. So you may just be wanting to rest right now during this period in time, Gemini, and just sit back and become acclimated with the energies that are surrounding you and, working in you and through you, which makes sense. But you guys, at this time, while you're resting, you could be thinking about what you want to manifest, what you want to bring into, your present world, how you want your life to look. Maybe inside of this relationship that I was talking about. Maybe you're thinking about how you want to build this relationship in a new way, try new things, communicate differently. You want to manifest maybe, a more balanced relationship or a loving relationship. But this could be in any area that you're thinking about what you want to manifest, what you actually want to bring into this world. Like, what is it that you want to work on? So you're getting your game plan together right now. You could be at the drawing board, Gemini, just thinking about what you want to work on, which makes a lot of sense. Right next to that, we have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is symbolic of some type of situation where somebody gets over, on another person, but they do it in a way, or let's say, let's use an example. If two people are having some type of argument and then one person feels like they won that argument, but in order for them to win, they had to kind of like do it in a dishonorable way. They had to, bring up something that was like a low blow. That's kind of what this card represents. It's kind of like you could be maybe feeling like you won something, or you accomplished something where you were striving against another person or striving against a group of people. And you did it, but it's like you could be thinking like, okay, I did it at what cost? Like, it doesn't feel like it's really a win, because this is the type of card where it's like nobody wins. Even though somebody feels like they won, nobody really wins. So somebody could have done this to you, maybe. And maybe that could have been what happened in the past with this relationship that you're kind of thinking about reconciling and having a brand new start in it. Maybe you could be reflecting on the thought that, that happened in the past. Maybe the person that you were with did something that was just kind of like a low blow, and it kind of like hit you in a place where you were kind of like, wow, like, okay, you could have it. Like, if you wanted that bad, if you wanted to win that argument that bad, or get your point across that much, then go ahead. But at what cost did you get it done at? So that's that card. And then clarifying that, we have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess, represents that intuition. You intuitively tapping into, you know, that deep knowing that you have inside of yourself. And so maybe you're using that to kind of like look at this situation that happened, that I was just explaining, that happened, you know, in a way where it didn't sit well with you or it didn't sit well with the other person. And maybe you're using your intuition to see how you're going to kind of deal with this situation. Because if it was you that was doing it, you know, maybe you could be wanting to make an apology, you know, to the person in which you did that to. Or maybe a person is wanting to come back and make an apology with you if they did something that was kind of like, you know, underhanded, you know, dishonorable. This card also, though, for the Five of Swords, it could represent you just kind of being warned to kind of let something go that you've been maybe opposed to, or you've been fighting or arguing with somebody. This could represent you just, you know, wanting to drop it, you know, because you think if you keep it going in this type of way, it could end in that situation where it's kind of like nobody wins, everybody loses. So you could be using your intuition to see what you should do about the situation that's similar to that I just talked about. And maybe you're sitting back a little bit, you know, and choosing to just reflect on the situation. You know, let everything just unfold without you having to strive against somebody and without you needing or having the need to win at any cost, because that card here, the Five of Swords, represents winning at all costs. And usually when somebody wins this way, they do it, like I said, in a more dishonorable way. So you're taking a look at it like the High Priestess. High Priestess card also can represent some secrets. So maybe this card here, or this person, is kind of like dealing with some secrets. So let's keep moving into the reading. Maybe some more information to come in about that situation. Right down here we had the Eight of Cups. So you're choosing to walk away from something. The Eight of Cups usually represents you walking away from an emotional connection that you tried to build, that you were trying to work on. You know, you were probably trying to work with somebody emotionally and build something with somebody, maybe in a relationship. And it's crazy because this is kind of like reiterating the same energy that we had up here, except in this area down here, it seems like you're walking away from a third party situation, or walking away. Let me get this. Let me feel this energy. One second, Gemini. You guys have me stuck, which never happens. It usually just flows out automatically. But yeah, so I think it's because it's so many different scenarios that I'm picking up in this reading. Some of you guys are choosing to walk away from a third-party situation, like I was saying up top with that one scenario. For others, you guys could be choosing to walk away from one person, you know, one relationship or emotional connection that wasn't suiting you well, and choosing to have a reconciliation with another person. You know, which is that person that I was kind of talking about up here that you're having a reconciliation with. But it's two different scenarios, because some people are walking away from a third party situation, or you could just be celebrating the fact that you are walking away from a relationship that doesn't serve you any longer, or something that you have invested your emotions in for a while now just doesn't serve you anymore, and you could just be celebrating the fact that it's done and it's over and you're putting it behind you. But some of you guys are actually walking towards that person from the past that you're choosing to reconcile with. So that's interesting. Then we have the Ace of Swords here. So the Ace of Swords represents a new beginning that's coming in for you guys when it comes down to clarity of thought. You know, your mental world just being clear about some things. And that makes sense because it looks like you guys were stuck in that Eight of Swords energy. Eight of Swords represents being stuck in your head a little bit. Feeling like you're tied up in your thoughts having you feeling like you're stuck and you can't get out of your head. You're stuck dealing with all these emotions, these thoughts, these anxieties, these fears That's what the Eight of Swords represents. So you guys could be feeling like you were stuck a little bit, maybe because you were, thinking whether you should leave this emotional investment that you were invested in. I feel like this whole reading has to do with either a third party situation or a relationship that you guys are dealing with or not dealing with, and choosing whether you want to move on from it or if you want to stay within it and work on it. Because for some of you guys, you probably already went away from this partner, this emotional connection that you had, and you're choosing to now go back to it because you had this Eight of Swords energy that had you feel like you were being stuck. But you're having a new beginning within your thoughts, and it could be having you to feel like you want to go back to that person because you're having a new beginning in your emotions also. And you're leaving an emotional state that you were in recently, So it kind of makes sense. Let's see what the future energies are feeling like, Gemini. You have the Page of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands, and then the World card. So with the Page of Wands, this represents like a new beginning that you are setting out on, and it usually could represent a new beginning within your passions, like a new project that you want to work on, something like that, a new job that you want to head towards to, a new way of making money, a new stream of income, just something that you kind of want to build, but it's in the beginning stages. This could also represent that relationship that I was talking about. So maybe you want to have a new beginning with this person that is from the past a little bit, and you guys were just, on non-speaking terms for a while. Now maybe you want to head in their direction. You also have this Knight of Swords here, so this could be an air sign that you're dealing with. You could be kind of wanting a new beginning again with this air sign that's kind of like riding back in from the past or rushing back in towards you, wanting to reconcile, wanting to have a reunion with you. And for some of you guys, you're deciding to go along with that because maybe you guys have missed each other. Right below that, though, we have the Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups usually represents you having some options. But a lot of those options are not the right option because we have your judgment kind of being clouded a little bit by the many number of options that you have, maybe surrounding relationships or people that just are want to make you an offer. This could also represent you having to make a choice when it comes down to a new start in your finances. So maybe you're making a choice with your job, with starting a new job or starting a new career or, a new life path or just a new path in general that has to do with your material wealth and your money. And you could just be trying to make a informed decision on which one do I choose, which way do I go. If it doesn't have to do with this relationship and you just, deciding whether you want to deal with this old relationship again or if you just want to move on and deal with something brand new. But I think it has to do with your material wealth because we have this Page of Pentacles here. Right below that, though, we have the Queen of Wands. So some of you guys could be choosing to take on the Queen of Wands energy, or you could be dealing with a fire sign because we have fire up there too. But the Queen of Wands is kind of like a social butterfly. She's passionate, but she uses her attraction to kind of like get the things that she's ambitious about. Unlike the King of Wands, he just goes right at it, and he's the masculine representation of your passion. The Queen of Wands is the feminine, so she's passionate also, but she gets her way by using the law of attraction. She attracts it to her. So that's probably how you could be dealing with, because we have the Five of Swords again. That could be how you're dealing with this person that, may have done something underhanded to you. So we have the Five of Swords again, and that was the thing that kind of had me stumped for you guys in the beginning of the reading. This is just another Five of Swords coming up again. So yeah, it's some type of battle that you're having with somebody else where, you're trying to make a decision if you want to continue to battle with them or something. It could just be an ongoing argument about something or a dispute. And, You could be trying to decide if you want to just continue to do it, because it's kind of like negative energy. It's pulling down your energy and making you be on a lower vibration. This is what the Five of Swords is about. Like, I'm feeling it right now. It just feels like a low vibration. And I don't think you want to have anything to do with it, but maybe this person that you're dealing with keeps bringing you into it. And I don't even know if this is the person that you want to reconcile with, but it may just be the person that you want to leave and you want to go to another person from your past. You guys would know. But there is some type of low vibration here that somebody is trying to pull you into, or they're trying to get, defeat you, but they're doing it a dishonorable way. So let's keep moving. Then we have the World card. So this represents a brand new cycle that you could be, longing for coming up in the future, that you just kind of want to start something brand new. So a lot of you guys are maybe walking away from that old relationship or this old person or this third party situation. And you just want to kind of start over and have a brand new beginning. This also talks about you kind of learning from your lessons of the past and having a transformative effect on you. So you're coming out like looking like a brand new person. And you could be possibly taking on the Hierophant energy, where you're just kind of like tapping into your spirituality, tapping into those parts of yourself that are more settled with life, more mature. You creating new traditions for yourself, new values, or kind of sticking to the values that you know of, the traditions, the conventional ways that you've always had. Either those are changing, your conventions and traditions and core values are being transformed at the moment because we have this World card, or you're just choosing to stay within a certain set of rules that you've had for your life, and kind of taking on that Hierophant stance with it. Like, this is what I represent. This is what I'm going to walk in. This is what, I'm going to stick to. So it's an interesting reading for you guys, Gemini. It kind of was everywhere. And I don't think that was just me. I think this is kind of like the energy that was kind of coming in. And you have a lot of different energy that's coming in. It almost makes me feel like, I don't even know. Like, just kind of like tossed back and forth with some waves. So maybe, Gemini, some of you guys could be dealing with a lot right now and kind of feeling like everything is coming at you at one time. You're dealing with a lot of different decisions is what it seems like, because we had that Seven of Cups. Oh, but it's a lot. I feel it, and I'm kind of like drained trying to talk about it. So definitely good luck with moving forward, Gemini. Like, I know you guys are going to figure it out. You are definitely one of the smarter signs in the zodiac. I just think you have to make some decisions on some type of person that you're having to get into your low vibrations with just to deal with them. And they keep pulling you into a lower vibration. And I don't think you want to be there, Gemini. So I think, you could be trying to make a decision to see if you want to walk away from that person, or if you want to try to fix it and reconcile with that person. So it depends. You could be back and forth with that. But I'm going to go ahead and end it there, Gemini. Thank you guys for coming out and watching the reading and liking and sharing and subscribing if it resonated with you. If you guys want to get a more personal reading, because you may need it during this reading, you can email me. We can do a more, direct personal read for you and kind of get to the bottom of what's going on here, because to be honest, I'm kind of stumped for you guys. Maybe you know more than I know right now, Gemini. I'm sure you do, because it's your life. But because it's a general reading, I'm kind of like, I see so many scenarios in here. So yeah, if you just want a little bit more clarity with that, email me and we'll talk about that. So Gemini, I'm going to end it there. Happy New Year, by the way. Again, I'll be back for my mid-month readings for you guys. And until then, have a good one.